Welcome to the Transform Your Mind Summit. My name is Mitch Atta. I'm the host and creator of the Transform Your Mind Summit. We're going to teach you how to create healthy habits, beliefs, and rituals to get more energy, focus, and flow.
That exact thing, that stress level from the environment and from our emotions is actually being contributed to by acidic foods as well. So the whole thing is so interlinked. I love that there is more folks like yourself, like John Gabriel, bringing forward that mind-body connection now. It's just fantastic.
Question, in a word, and I'll say more than a word in a moment, but in a word, I would say it's quality. More meaning to our life means we're adding more quality to our life. And to say that more than a word, just another way of looking at it is it's drilling in the vertical dimension into our lives. I think oftentimes we're living life in a horizontal way.
In order to kind of find what it is that you really like within yourself, or your passion or your purpose, or something that helps you sort of get that drive, that thing that's pushing you to change, that thing that's pushing you to be what your heart and soul sort of is driving you to be. It's really about looking at the things that you enjoy, that you feel have been a part of your life, that you get excited about on a regular basis, that when you think about, you're thinking about them often, you're thinking about them and nothing else seems to matter when you're in those spaces.
For me, we didn't come here on this earth to suffer. We came here to be our unique self and to share that with the world. Ultimately, that's what I believe.
And if you really want to create long-term health transformation in your life, you have to understand that health is holistic, health is synergistic, and that everybody is different, right? So that's where the art of health comes in, and the art of helping people maximize brain function and maximize energy and help them lose weight and keep the weight off in the long run really gets exciting. And so
we're accessing that system inside of us that carries electrical energy, and we do that while we're focused on an issue that stresses us out, and we're calming down the fight or flight response in the brain. So the match for me of the two techniques was brilliant. I mean, it was, of course we need to do this together, lower the negativity, our hurt, our guilt, our resentment, our fear, our frustration about a fight we had with our boss. Lower that with the tapping, calm ourselves down, right? Get the stress out of our system, which naturally raises your vibration.
Because the truth is, what I want to say is what we eat for sure is important, but I want to say it's half of the story of good nutrition. The other half of the story is who we are as eaters. So what you're bringing to the table, because we know now that mind is impacting body, mind is impacting immunity. We understand that mind impacts health, but we can get really specific and granular in the nutritional realm, because mind will impact digestion, assimilation, calorie burning, appetite regulation. That's pretty profound.
Bird's perspective. And I realized that often in life, maybe we are just points of awareness expressing itself back at each other. So I thought to myself, I said, well, if consciousness or heart or connection is really fluid, then I am actually that bird, and at the same time as I'm this human. So am I a bird dreaming I'm a human, or am I a bird, or am I a human dreaming I'm a bird? And then when I let go of being anything, really being nothing, going back to the original premise of being no thing, which humanity is, I know for myself I can be scared of being no thing, which is nothing, then I lose my identity. When I lose my identity, I have to let go into the mystery.
You're facing, your perceptions of the past and the future, which are ones that are linked up, your decisions, your beliefs. You will feel the resistance and the fear of changing, because a lot of people will go, well, nah, this is, like, I don't feel good, but I'm not dead, so I don't want to necessarily do that. And a lot of people, they'll avoid and they'll run from it. But guess what? I have this all the time when I have coaching clients or students that want to do the course. They are really keen, but they're worried about it, because people don't want to look at the fears. So one of my big examples is, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasures you seek. Now this is a quote by Joseph Campbell, but I'd like to explain this a different way. All those fears are like a dark room, okay? And they're filled with all these things that you think are scary, like shadow monsters, etc. And I don't know if when you were a kid, you used to think there was something moving in your bedroom, and you'd call your mum in, she'd turn the light on, and the thing that you thought was a monster was just the curtains blowing. So what's going to happen when you approach your fears? You're going to think, oh, there's a big scary thing in the room. But when you shine the light and you direct your consciousness on it in a way that can transform it, in the presence of light, there's no darkness. So your fear will disappear and you'll see it for what it really is.
And the quality of your relationships do enhance the quality of your life. And so I feel that if you're in the process of redesigning your life and you feel like there's a lot of things to change, what a lot of people try and do first of all is simplify. And sometimes that involves reducing and removing relationships so that you can get that clear slate and look at where you want to go to start then rebuilding. Once you've rebuilt to a certain level, then you feel like you can start introducing the relationships back in.
The great question. It's a really great question, because oftentimes people come to me and they say, Cal, how do I get fulfillment in life? How do I find a way to make all those things happen? It's important to also understand what are the factors that contribute towards fulfillment and what are the factors that take us away from it. And I see a lot of people today that are living a life in such a way that they're just really not conscious about what they're doing with their time. They know that what they're doing right now isn't working. They know that what they're doing right now is taking them away from their passion, but they're not willing to spend the days, the weeks, the months, and sometimes even just the hours required to think about what it is that they want from their life.
And in social situations, instead of being like, oh, I'm trying to run, I'm like, you know what, I'm anxious. And that's okay. I feel anxious now, I'm nervous, and it's fine, it's okay. It's not fine, but it's okay. It doesn't mean you have to like it or be happy about it, but it just means accepting it is what it is, and it's for whatever reason it's here. And a lot of people talk about what you resist persists, and I found that was true with social anxiety. The more you try and stop it and hold it back and fight it, the more it would come. And then,
when we talk about stress, which is so commonly talked about, isn't it? We think about, stress as kind of modern day living and maybe, mobile phones and having too much stuff going on in our diaries and things like that. And what we ignore, there's something much deeper and actually a little bit more sinister as well, which are these, what we call adverse childhood events, which is trauma in childhood, like tough stuff that happens to us as a child at a time when our brains are still developing. And what's being shown in the research is this is having a profound impact on our biology, and it's permanent, so it's changing our biology epigenetically.
So think of a plant or a flower in nature. It doesn't have to believe a certain thing for something to happen, but it's always like if we focus on creating the right conditions, the right soil, the right kind of shelter, the right kind of water, the right amount of sunshine, that plant, that flower will blossom. And so it's just like nice to imagine ourselves like a beautiful flower, and it's like, what do you need to really to shine and be happy? And we're different, each and every single one of us is totally different, and who we've been taught to be, perhaps by our parents or by society, it might not be anything connected to who we are. And so it's all